Hey y'all, it's your girl TASHANA. How y'all doing today? We're going straight into the message. You gotta stop allowing people to project their realities onto you. Basically, something that's hard for somebody else is not necessarily hard for you, or it can be a little bit hard for you, or it could not be hard at all. Somebody else's hard is not necessarily your hard. That's their perception of it. And most of the time, they're projecting it off on you based on the things that went on in their life. So now they want to get you to believe their reality because that's all they know, their reality. But your reality is not their reality. Your hard is not their hard. Their hard is not your hard. That's why you have to follow your intuition, because only your spirit knows how to lead you. Only your spirit knows how to get you to your higher self. Only your spirit knows how to get you closest to God. Ultimately, what is hard for them or hard for you is based on your motivations. What is your why? What is your why? Your whys change, and your whys are the reason why you're doing something. It's your motivations. So if their motivations are different than your motivations, of course, that's going to be harder to them or easier to you because of motivations and your why. Why are you waking up every day? Why are you fighting to live? Why do you discipline yourself to get more? Why? Your why is your motivation. So you better start understanding who you truly are, what you truly like, and what you truly dislike. You have to be your authentic self in order to learn your true motivations for this life. Because you only got one life to live. Only one life to live. Most of us are going to live between the ages of 80 and 125. And I'm not going to even say most. That's if you get there. But 80 to 125 is our said lifespan of these vessels that we are in. Are you going to waste your life on somebody else's why, on somebody else's perceived reality because they have a different why than you? They have different motives than you. Stop letting people's perceptions of their realities become your reality. The perceptions of their reality are all these strings, and it's strings at the bottom of the shirt. Those things that they have undisciplined in their realities is what's holding them down. But in your reality, you could just have a shirt with no strings because you learn to release all your distractions. Therefore, your motives are very different. Therefore, in your reality, this thing that's hard to them is not hard to you. There is a major difference between individual achievements and sustaining major success. Some people are just content and winning a race. That's an achievement. But others are determined to win in life. That's sustained success. And sustained success takes discipline, attentionality, sacrifice, and continuance, consistency on a daily basis. It has to be you. It has to be part of your habits. It has to be part of your daily habits for it to be a sustained major success so you can win in life. Your life is about you. It's not about other people. It's about learning who you truly are, what you have deep down inside of you that is ready to unleash itself at any moment. The moment you decide to take that step. Don't let nobody make you angry, make you happy, make you sad, make you anything. Leave those privileges to yourself. If somebody else can decide what could happen inside of you at any moment, isn't that slavery? It doesn't matter how other people is. That's their choice. It matters how you are, because that is your choice. You need short-term goals in order to reach your long-term goal. Think of trying to get from one end of a lake to the other end of a lake, or one side of the lake to the other side of the lake. There's stepping stones in between that side and this side. Is it going to be easier for you to step across these leveled stepping stones that you have to jump to one another, or to jump in the lake and swim across, even though there's a current, crocodiles, fish, everything else, pollution that could bring you down? Isn't it better to jump across the lake using the stones that are provided to cross that lake? The unslippery stones, because they're out of the water. The flat stones, because they're made your short-term success goals. They're helping you get across from one side of that lake to the other side of that lake. You gotta have short-term goals to reach that long-term goal. Stop trying to jump from one end of the lake to the other. You're not gonna make it. You're gonna fall in. So use the tools that God gave you. Slow and steady wins the race. If you remove all your short-term goals, you'll never reach your long-term goal, because you have to take goals one step at a time, one short-term goal at a time. Think about it. If you want to achieve something, you just can't go be a master of that achievement. You have to work towards that mastering that achievement by taking different steps to master that achievement, taking different short-term goals of that long-term goal to master that short-term achievement in order to gain that long-term goal, that long-term achievement. It's not what you do, it's what you don't do. I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't party, I don't do these things that distract me from my short-term goals that ultimately lead me to my long-term goal, because I want to have sustained success. It's not what you do, it's what you don't do. You're either taking steps moving forward that long-term goal, or you're taking steps moving away from that long-term goal. If you stop and alleviate yourself from all your distractions and all your vices, no matter what, you're going to elevate yourself. You're going to elevate yourself on the way to your success. Once you get your baseline set, that's when you start adding things. But first, you have to get your baseline set. You gotta let all them vices go, all them distractions go. You gotta know where you're going. You gotta get your plan together, your plan in order. You have to have that baseline. And then you start adding things. And then you start growing. But first, know what's not for you. Know what's keeping you down, what's keeping you low, and remove those things. And get your habits correct first. People need to stop chasing money first and chase their development first. Because again, you can have all the money in the world, or the chance to obtain all the money in the world. You'll never be able to keep it. You'll never be able to invest it. You'll never be able to grow with it. That's why millionaires, people that win the lottery, people that gain this much money, they ultimately become back broke, because they were not mentally ready for it. They weren't developed enough for it, and they lose it all. So develop yourself first. Don't just chase the money. The money gonna come with the self-development. Develop yourself, develop your habits, develop your consistency, develop your strength, develop your mental strength, develop anything that you have a weak point in. Develop yourself. Don't just rush into these streets. Stay at home and develop yourself. And when you're ready, you will know. That's when you know it's time to take the next step. Go to the gym, read books, develop a skill, develop you first. Stop trying to save everybody or have the center of attention. You can't intercept everybody's negative karma, everybody's negative emotions, everybody's negative energy. Stop intercepting it. It's not even for you. Pain of anybody's decision was sent to develop them, was sent for their karma, not you. It wasn't sent for you. So let people sit in the decisions that they make. Because ultimately, you or anybody will never change unless you feel the responsibility and the consequences of your decisions. That's why we change, because we are sick and tired of being sick and tired of making the same decisions or the same choices over and over and over again, reaping the same results. So feeling those consequences and the responsibilities from those choices that we made ultimately is the reason why we decide to change. The only reason why you depressed or got diseases is because you're around people that are suppressing themselves and they want to suppress you in environments where everything is suppressed and it's going to suppress you. You have to break away from that. You chasing your dreams and goals is going to make people feel one or two ways, motivated or uncomfortable. But at the beginning and end of the day, that don't got nothing to do with you. Don't suppress yourself to make other people feel comfortable. Don't do that to yourself. Besides, pushing yourself and other people to improve, it's not a bad thing. It's not an attack on them. It's not an attack on yourself. It's actual love. It's actual love. Pushing people to get uncomfortable, pushing yourself to get uncomfortable. That's love. You won't grow. They won't grow. We won't grow without discomfort. Nothing grows in its comfort zone. Even plants, trees, grass, weeds, everything has to have storms, rain, sunshine, and pain. Darkness, light, you got to go through both things in order to grow. Being uncomfortable and eventually becoming comfortable. But then it's time for you to grow again. You're ultimately going to go from comfort to discomfort to greater comfort to discomfort to even greater comfort. It's a cycle. You got to be willing to put in the work though. Most people will never get to that sustained success, that long-term goal, that greater comfort because they don't want to get uncomfortable, because they don't want to feel discomfort. And that is ultimately what's keeping people low, what's keeping people unsuccessful, what's keeping people depressed, what's keeping people suppressed, what's keeping people full of anxiety and fear and everything else, because they don't want to feel discomfort. They don't want to actually do what they need to do in order to grow. Because baby, the only way that you will ever have success and that reach that long-term goal is changing. And changing causes discomfort. Changing causes discomfort. You gotta be able to push yourself through the discomfort to get to your greater comfortability. It is hard to work hard. It is hard mentally to work hard, to put yourself in discomfort. It's hard. Most people see the success, but they never see the stepping stones, the hurt, the pain, the grit, the runs, everything that you put yourself through to become a success. Because ultimately the problem is you, not them. And you don't even want to fix it. If you actually put your mind to something and you actually want to do it, what's going to stop you? Nothing. You either going to sacrifice temporary fun for your permanent dreams or sacrifice your permanent dreams for temporary fun. You get to choose though, because if you think the price of winning is too high, wait till you get the bill for all your regrets, all your shoulda, woulda, couldas. Don't do that to yourself. You're never going to feel like getting uncomfortable. You're never going to feel like you want discomfort. You're not ever going to be motivated until you learn your why and you chase that why every single day. It's in the doing that motivates you. It's in the doing. So get up and do it. Because ultimately, everything is your fault when it comes to your life. Everything. If your life succeeds, whose fault is it? Yours. But if your life does not succeed, if you do not become a success, whose life is it? Whose fault is it? Yours. Whatever you're not willing to give up is going to be the very thing that slows you down towards your success. You got to be willing to let things go that do not serve you. Let people go that do not serve you. Let environments go that no longer serve you, no matter how much it hurt. Because at the beginning and end of the day, you're going to regret the decisions and the chances and the moments that you did not take. The road of laziness leads to unhappiness. Don't be lazy. Get up and do. That's why you have these vessels. That's why you have 10 toes, 10 fingers, 2 hands, 2 feet. This whole body full of organs, and the energy and the breath within you is for you to do. Serve God. Don't let everybody use you except for God. Let God use you. It's time to step up, get this comfort, be uncomfortable so you can find the greatest you, so you can be the best you. So stop letting other people's perceptions be your reality. I guarantee you, their hard is not your hard. With all that being said, I hope you gained some very valuable information from this video. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. Hit that notification bell. We got more videos to come. I love y'all. God loves y'all. Mwah!